Good morning, Asean. Freshen up your world, your thought, your idea with us every day from Monday to Friday at 7:30 to 8 a.m. I'm here with you, Nirasha Malisaklamia.
And we now don't proceed this Friday, the 10th of May. We'll start with Thailand as one of the ways seen to help the appreciation of the Thai baht is to adjust the policy interest rates. And the Bank of Thailand governor has signaled that the policy rate could be cut if the Thai economy is cooled down, while conceding that the full hedging was the toughest among the four measures that was proposed by the Finance Ministry. While admitting that adjusting the policy interest rate was another tool to control the baht's movements and maintain economic stability, BOT Governor PRASARN said that if the Thai economy tended to cool, there might be room for a rate cut. He said that the rate is now burdened with the balance of the domestic economy. If the economy tends to see lower growth, this could lessen the burden on the rate. PRASARN said it was quite difficult to see a proper economic balance, a duty that fell to the Central Bank's Monetary Policy Committee as it seeks the level of policy rate for the good of the economy. He said at present the world is divided into three groups with different monetary policies reflected by different benchmark interest rates. The first group, including Thailand, has high economic growth of 5 to 6%. The Thai policy rate stands at 2.75%. The second group, which includes Europe, sees flat growth or contraction. The third group, including the United States, with the Fed's fund rate at a maximum of 0.25%, has slight growth in gross domestic product. PRASARN conceded that these rate differentials were a factor influencing capital inflows, though capital tended to follow currency gains rather than the reverse. On whether or not the Thai economy supports a rate cut to help stem the baht's appreciation, he said he was waiting for an announcement on first quarter economic figures in the third week of this month. Among four proposed measures for the baht, PRASARN said that imposing compulsory hedging to limit foreign investors' gains from the exchange rate movement remained the toughest, and whether or not it would be employed depended on the situation.
And the first round of negotiations on the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or RCEP, was launched in Brunei yesterday by ASEAN and its 6 free trade agreements partner. Officials from 10 ASEAN member states and Australia, China, India, Japan, South Korea and New Zealand gathered to start detailed negotiations aimed at concluding the RCEP by the end of 2015. The talks, which would run from May 9 to 13, will cover issues of trade in goods, services and investments, amongst others. It is envisaged to enhance market access with due consideration given to its member stages of economic development. The RCEP targets to attain a comprehensive and mutually beneficial economic partnership agreement that involves deeper engagement than the existing ASEAN FTAs. Michael Mugliston, Special Negotiator of the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade of Australia, said that RCEP is a groundbreaking initiative for all 16 participating countries who together account for almost half of the world population and 30% of global GDP. The negotiation for the RCEP were launched by the ASEAN Plus 6 leaders on the sidelines of the 21st ASEAN Summit in Phnom Penh in Cambodia in November last year. And once realized, the RCEP could potentially lead to the creation of one of the world's largest free trade areas, establishing an integrated market comprising of 3 billion people with a combined GDP of about $17.23 trillion. It is viewed by ASEAN as complementing the work that is undertaken through other arrangements currently taking shape in Asia, such as the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Experts say that the RCEP is also expected to help further estrench ASEAN centrality challenged by the economic cooperation arrangements rapidly evolving in the region. The second meeting of the RCEP Trade Negotiating Committee is scheduled to take place in Australia in September 2013.
It's almost a week now after the general elections in Malaysia. We've also seen a mass rally led by opposition leaders. Recently, just yesterday, the police has said that speakers at the mass rally could face sedition charges for those who protest against alleged election fraud. Well, the announcement was swiftly condemned by Anwar's party as a politically motivated threat aimed at silencing opposition claims that last Sunday's hard-fought elections were stolen by the ruling coalition. Vowing to never surrender as he addressed a sea of supporters at a rally in Kuala Lumpur suburb, Anwar late Wednesday announced that a series of protest gatherings would be held around the country. During the rally, attended by tens of thousands dressed in black to protest at the election outcome, Anwar denounced the Barisan National Front government of Prime Minister Najib Razak as illegitimate. His son Hamza, a police chief of the state of Selangor, where the rally took place, told AFP he may pursue sedition charges against most of the 33 speakers at the rally. He would not affirm whether Anwar would be among them. A statement by Anwar's party said this illegal police investigation is clearly intended to divert attention from the massive electoral fraud and irregularities that are being highlighted by Pakatan Rakyat, or the People's Pact. Najib has denied the allegations and urged opponents to accept the election result gracefully.
And now let's have a look in Myanmar. As according to the Ministry of Commerce, Myanmar has earned a total of $7.2 billion from natural gas, the top export product of the country, during the 2 years of civil government's administration. The statistics show the country hit a record of gas export in the fiscal year of 2012 to 2013, which is a new record, with a total earning of $3.7 billion. It also yielded $3.5 billion in 2011 to 2012. There has been a surge in gas exports since the civil government took office from the military regime in 2011. When compared to $20 billion earning in 2006 to 2007, the latest figures have nearly doubled in 6 years. Even in 2010 to 2011, it still earned only $2.5 billion from gas exports, according to the ministry's statistics. According to the official reports, Myanmar is now ranked as 10th largest gas exporter in the world. It is currently exporting majority of gas to Thailand. About 430 million cubic feet of gas are sent to Thailand every day. Myanmar extracts natural gas mainly from Yadana and Yetaganj offshore gas projects on the western coast of the country. Observers say that when the two more gas projects, Tre Gas Project and Sotika Project, begin exporting gas towards the end of this year, Myanmar will see another surge in gas exports for the fiscal year 2013 to 2014. The country will earn increased billions of dollars from gas exports every year, but analysts warn that the government needs to make appropriate use of revenue from those earnings in a transparent manner to avoid corruption and instability.
Myanmar is attracting young entrepreneurs living overseas to return home. Find out more in Myanmar Focus Daily.
Welcome to Myanmar Focus Daily. Here I am in downtown Yangon. As I walk along the street, I can see many construction sites going on, like this one behind me. Myanmar at this time is not only attracting foreign investors to come in, it also attracts the educated locals who study abroad to come back and grab plenty of business opportunities in their homeland.
Our program met with one rising entrepreneur who has recently come back to his home country with a doctoral degree in banking from Switzerland and started up his research firm here. He is Dr. Ong Thura, the CEO and founder of Thura Swiss research and consulting firm. For this episode, we will get to know his company and the trend of foreign investors who have expressed their interest in investing in Myanmar.
Our company is a rather young company, so we started January 2012 as a research and consulting company. Our main work up to now has been mainly in the research field, so we are doing for mainly foreign customers, market research, we are doing surveys, we are checking profitability of certain industries, who are the possible competitors. what is the market capacity. So mainly up to now customized reports.
Okay, and what kind of services do you offer to your clients, and who are they from mostly?
I would say our customers are worldwide. We have two types of customers, sometimes the end customers, sometimes but also intermediaries. So this could be research companies, international consulting companies. But let's say 60 to 70% of our customers are from Asia, and a lot of customers are coming from Japan.
Japan.
Yes.
What are they interested in which sector?
It's fairly broad, so it's not that I could say they're interested in only this sector or another sector. We have seen interest, for example, in the hotel market. We have been seeing interest in retail market, oil and gas industry. There were companies that were interested to analyze state-owned enterprises, pharmaceutical markets. So we've seen pretty the whole range across, I mean, the whole spectrum. 2 or 3 months, a lot more interest in Myanmar, especially in the research area. But it doesn't mean that they are actually also investing in Myanmar, but they want to know much more about the market.
So can I just say that like they express their interest, but they're not getting the deal done?
To some extent. I think there might be some countries or some companies that get the deal done. But up to now, with our customers, a lot have just researched the market, but are still hesitant about continuing.
Why are they hesitating about investing in Myanmar?
I think it's understandable. I mean, you know, there's a lot of interest in Myanmar, there's a lot of hype in the media. But generally, if you're an investor who thinks long-term over the next 20, 30 years, it doesn't matter if you come into the market now or you come in 2 years. If you're a manufacturer, it might be even too early to come to Myanmar because you have missing infrastructure, high costs and so on. So manufacturing will, I think, will take a bit time. Of course, if you're an oil and gas company, if you're a telecom company, you have to be here now because the licenses are awarded right in the moment. So this kind of companies have to be here. But different sectors are not the same, you know. In some sectors you need to be here, in some sectors you can still wait.
For Myanmar Focus Daily next week, Dr. Ong Thurat will still be with us. He will reveal that which type of business should come into Myanmar now and which one can wait. Stay tuned.
S&P or Standard & Poor's, the credit rating agencies, has warned the Philippines against overheating. For more information after the break. And welcome back to Good Morning ASEAN. Now let's have a look at the Philippines. Even though the Standard & Poor's has upgraded the Philippines, and also Fitch Ratings also has upgraded the investment grade status, that may seem to be as a good news. However, there's still concerns.
Yes, and recently Standard & Poor's has warned that the Philippines face risk of overheating unless the surging foreign capital inflows are properly managed. S&P's fear that the favorable ratings, although a very welcome development, could result in the excessive inflow of foreign portfolio investments. Agus Bernard, Associate Director of Sovereigns Ratings at S&P, said there should be strict policies on managing growing liquidity in the economy to ensure this would not result in financial sector instability and an overheating economy. The immediate risk for the Philippines is the increasing capital inflows. These flows are going to accelerate only if they are not managed properly. These can lead to an overheating economy and put pressure on the banking sector, Bernard said in a video commentary posted by S&P on its website. Following the ratings upgrade by Fitch and S&P, the Philippine Stock Exchange Index has risen to new highs. Interest rates on government securities also eased on the back of heightened demand. Economists have warned that the Philippines was vulnerable to rising foreign investments in real estate, since real estate regulations in the country were more relaxed compared to those in China, Hong Kong, and Singapore. Although foreign portfolio and real estate investments were welcome, economists said excessive amounts have a tendency to accelerate asset price inflation and cause bubbles.
And now let's have a look in Vietnam, as there are so many projects in Vietnam right now. So the city authorities are calling for investments in dozens of projects in Ho Chi Minh City's Tu Tien urban area, which is expected to be a major international financial commercial center by 2020. City authorities call for investors in more than 10 large-scale projects at a conference held in Ho Chi Minh City, attended by 200 representatives from local and foreign companies, as construction on the main infrastructure of the new urban area, which covers 657 ha in District 2, began on April 26 by the Tu Tien Investment and Construction Authority. The city said it would offer open-door policies and simplify administrative procedures. Several local and international investors have expressed interest in 6 of the projects. 4 of the projects were introduced to investors for the first time, including an international trade finance banking center located in the heart of Tu Tien, a 39-hectare multi-purpose sports recreation complex, and a 48-hectare northern residential area in the 16-hectare Tu Tien Software Park. In addition, a 7.3-hectare hotel and resort project will be built in the southern regions of the urban area. According to Tu Tien Investment and Construction Authority, major infrastructure projects include 4 main roads, a central lake, artificial canals, and a pedestrian bridge and central square. Trang Bao Son, deputy head of the authorities, said that the 4 main roads would be built by the Vietnam Infrastructure Development and Finance Investment Company, Dai Quang Minh Consortium, under the Build, Transfer and Land-in Exchange for Infrastructure format. Son added that the city had approved 9 additional projects invested in by companies from Japan, Hong Kong, South Korea, and Vietnam. And according to the authority, 98.2% of land has been cleared on the peninsula and scale planning has been approved. Construction of 2 schools has been completed and resident relocation will take place by the end of the year. Initially, the city will invest 22 trillion Vietnamese dong, or around $1.04 billion in developing the 4 main roads, and some 10 trillion Vietnamese dong will be used for building the 4 main roads as well. And now we have a special report on how to treat the West and how to manage with the West and not wasting them, by Kun Passurang Desha Puttarangsi.
People have been talking about how to green the environment by dealing effectively with solid wastes. ปราบขยะ company as a private sector takes an effective role in waste recycling business.
Rapid urbanization and industrialization in ASEAN have resulted in the increasing amount of solid waste in many countries in the region. Well, here, actually, one of the promising approaches to deal with the solid waste is the integrated waste management system, where local people can participate in the waste separation at the household level, and they can sell waste here and earn. Well, the CEO at ปราบขยะ Recycle said that the waste here is more important and more expensive than gold. How is that possible? Accompany me in ASEAN Go Green.
นี่เราก็มากันที่บริษัทปราบขยะนะฮะคือจะเห็นว่าปราบขยะคือขยะจริงๆขยะรอให้โดนปราบเยอะเลยตั้งแต่ข้างหน้าไล่ไปเนี่ยคือมันล้นมาจากข้างหลังนะฮะที่ผม14 ไร่นี่คือไล่เต็มขยะมันออกมาอย่างนี้เลย
ถ้ายังไงเดี๋ยวเราลองเดินเข้าไปข้างในกันนะคะ
ครับ
ขยะในส่วนที่มาอยู่ตรงนี้ค่ะคือขยะที่เขาขายแล้วหรือว่าคือเพิ่งรับซื้อมาหรือว่ายังไงอะคะ
อ๋ออันนี้ก็คือใช่รอการแปรรูปอะฮะใช่อย่างพวกนี้เราก็ขายเป็น reuse เนี่ยฮะพวกนี้เราขายเป็น reuse ทุกถังเพราะปัจจุบันเนี่ยคือเรียกง่ายๆว่าคือของผมเนี่ยผมเชื่อว่าขยะเนี่ยแพงกว่าทองนะฮะอย่างตอนนี้เป็นขาลงธุรกิจรีไซเคิลเพราะค่าเงินบาทเราแข็งเราส่งออกเรามีปัญหาราคาเราก็ตกมาพอสมควรแต่ตกก็ยังไม่เท่าทองเนี่ยฮะเวลาขึ้นเราก็ขึ้นมากกว่าทองนะมีเงินเนี่ย ตุนขยะไว้ดีกว่าเก็บทองได้ตังค์มากกว่า
The ปราบขยะ company introduces a modern integrated waste management with sufficient recognition of the positive economic motivation that can provide necessary incentives for people to adopt the reuse and recycling of waste.
คือเราจะเริ่มต้นทำธุรกิจรีไซเคิลนะฮะปัจจุบันทางบริษัทเนี่ยก็เปิดเป็นแฟรนไชส์ปราบขยะแปลง่ายๆว่าก็คือคนที่อยากทำธุรกิจรีไซเคิลแต่ไม่รู้จะเริ่มต้นยังไงเนี่ยต้องการมีตลาดสินค้ารองรับต้องการระบบโน้ตฮาวเข้าไปจัดการบริหารจัดการแบบยุคใหม่ก็สามารถเริ่มร้านธุรกิจรีไซเคิลได้เลยโดยสามารถมีตลาดรองรับได้ทำงานกับระบบทำงานง่ายขึ้นเยอะคือจริงๆทางการหาลูกค้าเนี่ยมันก็เป็นทั้ง2แบบนะฮะอย่างแรกเนี่ยเราต้องมีที่ดินก่อนพอมีที่ดินเนี่ยลูกค้าก็ส่วนใหญ่เลยเนี่ยเขา walk in เข้ามาอยู่แล้วเข้ามาขายของเราอยู่แล้วเป็นพวก household เป็นพวกครัวเรือนทั่วไปอะฮะคือจะเป็นโรงแรมโรงเรียนอะไรได้หมดอย่างบางส่วนเนี่ยเราก็วิ่งไปหาเขาคือลูกค้าเราต้องมา2ทางนะแต่ต่อไปแล้วระยะยาวเนี่ยการทำธุรกิจรีไซเคิลเนี่ยเขาเรียกว่ามันจะติดอยู่กับสถานที่พอคนรู้จักแล้วเขาบอกต่อเนี่ยที่นี่ซื้อแพงที่นี่ซื้อแพงไปต่อกันไปเรื่อยนับวันลูกค้าก็มากขึ้นทุกวัน
But ปราบขยะ is not alone and the only one. Let's hear out how it explains the waste recycling business and its competitive edge.
แล้วมองคู่แข่งยังไงบ้างอะคะจะดีกว่าคู่แข่ง
คู่แข่งในธุรกิจรีไซเคิลเนี่ยไม่ใช่ไม่มีนะฮะแต่คือการมีของมันเนี่ยมันก็เรียกว่าอยู่ในเรทที่การแข่งขันเขาเรียกว่าต่ำมากแปลว่าขยะเนี่ยคือคนมันทิ้งเยอะจริงๆวันหนึ่งคนหนึ่ง1กิโลเนี่ย70 ล้านกิโลมันไม่มีที่ไปมันไม่รู้ไปไหนยังไม่รวมนักท่องเที่ยวอะไรที่เข้ามาในประเทศไทยเนี่ยคือขยะเราเยอะมากคนเก็บมันไม่เพียงพออยู่แล้ว
But to integrate the community, to inform and educate people about the unexpected value of their waste is more challenging. Stay tuned in our next and last episode of Waste is More Expensive Than Gold, as in Go Green.
Maybe we all should go home and collect our waste and try to set up a business like this. Anyway, that's all the time we have for today in Good Morning ASEAN. Stay tuned with us from Monday to Friday, same time, same place, same channel.
And catch us again at 7:30 to 8 a.m. on กรุงเทพธุรกิจทีวี Have a nice weekend and we now jump for sit.
And I am Nirasha Malisak Lami. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ